Hello. In today's video, I'd like to talk to you about internet scams, things you may come across online, and just overall ways to protect yourself from losing out on money. I've unfortunately been scammed throughout the years of buying and selling things online, and it just really sucks. And I've learned so much throughout the years of it happening to me and from others that I've heard about happening to them. So I wanted to create this video to just inform you and hopefully just prevent you from being scammed. I hated it, and it was just awful when I went through it. So if this could help somebody out there, then that's good. All right, so in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about precautions you could take to prevent yourself from being scammed, types of internet scams, and lastly, if you do get scammed, what's the best way to resolve it? So, without anything else, let's just get right into it, and I'll just give you as much information as possible. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you think it's helpful, feel free to share it. I'm sure that there's lots of people out there that would like this information because, unfortunately, even it happens to anybody. It happened to me, so. Oh well. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about precautions. How can you prevent being scammed? Basic rule of thumb, if something is too good to be true or just is some great deal, it probably is too good to be true. It's probably a scam. 9 out of 10 times when I see certain large Lego sets online, if you didn't know, that's kind of what I do. I buy and resell Lego. I also collect. Feel free to check out the channel. But anyway, I'll see these large sets. I'm like, that's a great deal. I kind of want to buy it. It's mostly always a scam. And it's people that are creating a profile listing these high ticket items that are selling quick to try and make money. So always check, number one, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Number two, check users' profiles. If you're on an app like Mercari and you see, that's usually where I see these Lego sets that are, a huge set at a very low price. I instantly check the profile and I see that, hey, it's somebody that just created an account. They don't have any sales, no feedback or ratings. So obviously it's a fake account and they're not going to send it. Now, there is that 1% chance that it could be a brand new account and they're trying to just boost their page, but that's rare. And don't message these people and think that, oh, they're real. They're really not. They will message you back. They will be kind. They'll say, oh, I can send it today. Like, it's great, whatever. They'll text you and message you about and be so kind and seem like nice people. I think that's why I was scammed, is because I like to see good in people, and I think like, oh, this is truthfully somebody that's trying to sell me a collection that they had that they're getting rid of, and then what do you know? It's just, hey, I'm out of this money now. So that happens. Number two, always use something where your money is insured or protected. So eBay is a marketplace where when you're sending money through PayPal, or eBay is now not through PayPal, but when you're sending money, it's as a transaction, so it's protected. If you're sending money on PayPal, send it over as a transaction or a business transaction. Spend the money on the additional 3%. If you spend that extra 3%, that's just a transaction fee that they charge, but your money is then protected. So if this person doesn't mail you something, you can then say, hey, I was never sent something, I've been scammed, and you'll get your money back. Or use a credit card. So credit cards, again, you won't really be able to send money with a credit card over to somebody unless it's through like a transaction website. But by using a credit card, you're also protecting your money, because a credit card company, they chase these people down mostly, and they will, get your money back. They don't just forget about it. Where with us, sometimes if you lose your money, there's only so much you can do. And these scammers know that. So it's just a really crappy thing out there that exists in this world. And lastly, don't use Venmo or Cash App unless you're meeting with somebody in person. So don't send somebody over, a couple $100 and expect them to mail you something, because that money's not protected. They can withdraw it right into their account and they're gone. And we could all think, oh, well, won't the police or somebody track them down and find them? Not for these small amounts. They might, but it's very minimal. Now, maybe, if it's a couple $1,000s, sure, but it's very hard for them to track down these people unless they're like a routine offender. But at the end of the day, here's an example. Let's take one person and say they're a scammer. So they scam 10 people, a year or so. They're making all this money. And then 5 years in, they finally get caught. So the police arrest this person, for scamming all these people. Do all the people get paid back? No. It's kind of like it's just certain people will get money back, but they can't log and keep track of everybody that was scammed by this one person. And that money's gone. So the government's not going to reimburse that money. That money's spent, it's gone, this person's arrested. That's the resolution for these small fees. So it is hard to get your money back. Next, I want to talk about types of scams. So scams you may come across are ones where people post on websites that aren't official, like transaction or selling websites. You know, you could see Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. Um, Sometimes I've seen scams on Mercari. I've even seen scams on eBay, but again, they're easier to resolve. But watch out for those apps that are like these new selling apps where people just list things. That is high traffic for scammers. And the problem is with these apps is they're not really protecting the money, and they're meant for in-person meetups. So oftentimes you can go on these apps and search in other, regions, other states, and see what people have for sale, and then you can message them and say, hey, will you mail this? These people that scam usually list things, they don't add a location, or they add like a state, but they say we'll ship the item, and then they pull you down this road of, oh, just send me the money as a friend, just Venmo me the money, send me half now. Where that happened to me, that was a scam where I was like, oh no, this is perfect. That's what I wanted to do. I was like, if I send him half now, half upon arrival, that sounds good. But no, it was still a scam, and it sucks, and it's very hard to get that money back. So watch out for things like that. And if you are sending money on platforms like Venmo or Cash App, it's best to be meeting the person in person, even for Craigslist sales, Facebook Marketplace. If you're meeting somebody in person and getting the product, you can gladly hand them cash. You can gladly send them money on Venmo or Cash App right then and there. But sending it to somebody that doesn't exist, they might even go as far as having a Facebook profile with pictures of them, their family, their kids. That could be somebody else's photos. They just copy and pasted, add a new name, add a new location, so they look like a real person, right? And then no, it's just somebody, somebody behind a screen that's doing all this background work to try and make some money. Take that as a note. If this person does not want you to send money over in terms of like paying fees, so if they want you to send money as a friend or cash app them or mail a check, don't do it, because that money is gone. And that's kind of that. Resolution. It happens. We get scammed. What do you do when you get scammed? So number one, if you get scammed on a selling platform like eBay, Mercari, you can, I don't know if Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist have, I doubt Craigslist does, but I don't know if the others have this option. But eBay has, a resolution center, and some selling websites have this as well. So you could always go there first. They usually will have a case open up, they'll discuss it, and then they'll usually 9 out of 10 times resolve it, and they'll be like, okay, obviously, you know, you're the real person, this is your money, here's your money back, because that money was protected. So that's the first option. Option two is if you're using a credit card, go through your credit company, or even if you're going through your debit card and your bank, go through your bank. So go through one of those financial institutions. That's a great way to try and recoup your money. They usually will help, but in some cases they can't. So again, sending money via Venmo just gets pulled as a debit from your bank account. When I talked with my bank, when it happened to me, it was just something where they really couldn't help. I talked with Venmo, they couldn't do anything. So then your last option is going to the FTC, so the Federal Trade Commission. They accept most forms of, fraud or scam, so you can file a report. This is a great way to at least move forward in the right direction for a solution, but it doesn't guarantee your money will come back. So most times when you lose a couple $100 from a scam, it's gone, but you can always try and get it back and just hope one day they catch the scammer. So pretty much people get scammed. It sucks, but best thing you could do is prevent yourself from being scammed online. Don't buy something if it's too good to be true. Wait on something. If somebody texts you and they're like, hey, I'm selling this now, it has to go immediately, you can't wait, then don't buy it. Another one will come around. You'll find another one. Don't jump on something because they want your money quick, because then you'll just be really bummed out. You'll be out whatever cost you spent, and then you're just in this negative hole of trying to like recoup money, and you'll never get it back. So I hope this information was helpful. I'm not trying to be negative. Stay positive. There's still plenty of safe ways online to buy things safely, and always you can meet up with people in person and have smooth transactions and both parties are happy. So not every profile out there is a scammer. They are there out there though, so just be cautious. If this information helped you, please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you want to see Lego content, and please share this with anybody you think it could help them.